Hi, everyone. We're here once again. Hey, you know what? We've actually done this now 2 Wednesdays in a row. Maybe we're actually on a roll.
Yeah, we just might be.
So, how's it going,
We're
Lilith?
getting consistent.
Yeah, kinda. Kinda consistent, maybe.
Well,
So,
we're starting to. It's the start of a pattern, and that's what matters.
that's what matters. So, how have you been this week?
I have been fairly busy, but also fairly active. I've been exercising, been getting things done.
That's good.
So, yeah, how about you, Dev?
Very busy. However, for exercising, I've been playing Ring Fit Adventure on the Switch, which is a lot of fun. Because it's still too cold to
Nice.
go outside here. It's still too
I
cold.
figure.
But eventually, I'll be exercising outside again. Yes,
Have
my
you ever
my, my
thought
power's
about
back.
get
My power's back. Because I lost my
nice?
power a couple days ago. During okay, so we had like a thunderstorm and the power went out for a bit, but then it
Mm-hmm.
started snowing the next day, and I'm like, oh okay.
A thunderstorm and then snow.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
Only in Canada, I guess.
Only in Canada. So
Eh?
we are here for the weekly Wednesday show. I guess we can call it weekly now. We're here. Johnny Depp and the Escape from Atlantis. That's a pretty good thumbnail, I think I whipped up there. I,
Yep.
I took like so that is an image that's been floating around, but I kind of polished up a bit. I made a new logo for it. Pirates of the Caribbean: Escape from Atlantis. I think it's a pretty decent pun for what's going on. Oh, I should also announce very quickly, guys, that Lilith has something IRL to do, so we can't go past 2 hours today. So once we hit the what time? It'll be 5 p.m. my time, 2 p.m. your time. We have to cut it off. We have to axe it. That being said,
We'll still have plenty of time to go through the
oh yeah,
topic at hand today.
and if for some reason there's more super chats than normal that require answering, Lilith, you can go at the time. I can keep going and answering them. That's not a big deal. I don't mind doing that if there's enough. Um,
Sounds good.
SFO, you should start your
Although
videos with the
if there's
intro.
some super chat that's specifically for me, just point them out and I'll read them out.
Yep, sure. Um, SFO, you should start your videos with the intro. Hello, fellow degenerates. Why?
Is that what's something you do a lot?
No. Well, here's the thing. I have a video series called Dissecting a Degenerate, which is literally just like a spotlight on one particularly bad person and their bad behaviors. I chose the word degenerate because it just kind of I like alliteration. I like how because
Hmm.
there's two D's. So I just like alliteration when I'm thinking of titles. This seems to be how I am.
Understandable. There's coming from somebody called Lilith Lovett.
Is that why you chose Lilith Lovett? Because the alliteration?
Um. Well, that's just a part of it, and also there's actually that's quite a lot of it. It just sounds good together, and it's not been taken by any other performers, so
Yeah. To be fair though, there's a
or
number of
personalities
trans names that
that are called Lilith.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
like Lilith is a pretty common trans name. Sophia is a pretty common trans name. Um,
Hmm.
I think even Emily might be. Like there's just
Emily, Alice, but yes, enough about trans stuff.
not today. No trans stuff
Not
today.
today. Not today, because today we are talking about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Yes. So here's the thing. I've never actually heard of Amber Heard before
Ah,
before this scandal with John. Like I've heard of Johnny Depp, but I've never heard of Amber Heard. I don't. I like. I guess she was. I mean, she was obviously in the Aquaman movie. That's why I made the pun. Pirates of the Caribbean: Escape from Atlantis. Like, okay, but I've never like. What has she actually been in? Hold on. Let me just look this up real quick.
I am doing it way ahead of you. She was in. Hmm,
Let's see. I'm looking at the. I'm looking at the filmography right now. I don't recognize anything. I recognize Zombieland. Okay.
oh yeah,
So
She was
nothing.
in she was in Californication, which is like
Oh,
a TV show.
yep. Oh, in one episode though, which wasn't like a big.
Yeah, only
Yeah,
one episode.
it seems like
She
just
was in Criminal Minds,
yeah, one episode.
and just one episode.
She was in Magic Mike, but it seems like her, like the thing that everyone would probably know her for is probably Justice League stuff.
And Zombieland.
Yeah,
Wait, was she? Did she have a big part in Zombieland?
I'm not sure. It's been so long since that movie came out. I haven't seen it since it came out. I barely remember what it was about. Damn.
No, she wasn't a main character at all. It looked like.
Yeah, okay, well, there we go.
Oh wait, was she four? She played 406. I forgot what character that was.
Yeah, same.
Oh, she played the zombie at the beginning.
Oh, no wonder we can't fucking remember.
Yeah. No wonder. She was the roommate zombie that came to Jesse Eisenberg's his apartment, and then when he woke up with with her, she became a zombie. And then what happened was he smashed her with the toilet cover.
Right. Yeah, okay, I remember now. Oh god, someone in the chat screaming, keep talking about trap booty. Jesus. 5 pounds from Son of a
Corny
Pirate.
punk.
From Son of a Pirate, 5 pounds. Thank you. Johnny Depp is Johnny from GTA, Lost, and Damned, and Amber Heard is Trevor Phillips. Half and half for $5. Thank you. Yeah, she was the girl at the start of Zombieland. Yeah, not much of a role, it turns out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. At least she had like the beginnings of a career before she literally fucking destroyed it. But we're gonna get into that. So, um, mm,
I don't know. She seems to be at the height right now. She's still at like Aquaman and stuff. She's gonna be in the next Aquaman, like the 2023 one. It's the reason why I'm not watching any of them.
well, I'm not watching any of them because they suck. That's all I gotta say
Hey,
about
it's understandable. I, I personally can't call movies suck unless I watched it myself.
it. Yeah, but like
So,
I've
but
I've
that's just me.
seen I've seen some of the DC cinematic universe, and it just seems to be a flaming fucking garbage pile.
Yeah, I really didn't like Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, yeah. So, chat. I've been saving. You're actually pretty impressed before we started, Lilith. I've been saving a bunch of stuff for the past 3 years
Oh
on
yes.
on Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. See, even back when I started saving it, I was just like, "Yes, who's that? Oh, it's Johnny Depp's wife." Okay, had no clue what she had done. You know, like everyone knows Johnny Depp. He's done like a fair number of high profile roles, and he's been good in them. But
$5 from Half and Half. She was the girl at the start of Zombieland.
yeah, I
Yep.
read that one earlier. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, you did.
Yep. Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Let's see now. How do I? Okay. Is this about it? Let me just zoom in a bit. I'm getting us ready, Chad. I'm getting us ready. Okay. Let's bring in what's going on. So, I should probably share my screen with you, Lilith. Do that first.
Let's go.
Wait, hold on. Yes. Okay, so you can see this then. That should be fine.
Yes, I can.
All right. I'll bring this in then. So, here we are. Let's take a look at what's going on. This was from April 11th, 2019. However, I think the actual allegation came out in 2018. So this is this has been developing for years now. So Amber Heard claims that Johnny Depp threatened to kill her during years of abuse. All right. So let's just say what's going on here. Amber Heard has recounted years of abuse she endured by her ex-husband, Johnny Depp, in new court documents filed in response to his $50 million defamation lawsuit against her. The
Yeah,
actress
just referred
Oh,
to Depp.
Oh, you can
I
read it. Sure,
I'll,
go ahead. Yeah.
I can read it.
All right, go
I
ahead.
thought we were gonna do like a
No,
takeover thing.
if you want to do it, go ahead.
Sure, let's do that. That sounds fun. The actress referred to Depp as the monster multiple times in the court filings and claimed he wouldn't remember the abuse due to his excessive drinking and drug use. At first, yep.
All right.
At first reported by Page Six at their LA apartment in December 2015, the former Pirates of the Caribbean star grabbed her by the hair and throat, slapped her in the face, and screamed, "I'll fucking kill you! You hear me?" He allegedly dragged her on a bed and began punching her head, breaking the bed frame in the process.
Jesus.
So, oof, that sounds bad if true.
Oh
That's
God.
a hefty allegation.
Yeah. Someone in the chat said defamation.
Defamation.
Oh God. So I had a roommate from Taiwan who couldn't pronounce Johnny Depp's name. He would always call him Johnny Deep.
Johnny Deep.
And I was like, that has to be a porn star's name. That has to be a porn star's name somewhere. Johnny Deep. It sounds like a porn star's name.
It could just be an accent.
Yeah, it was an accent thing, yeah. Generic for $5. Amber will probably still have a career after all this. If Hollywood will cover cheese pizza lovers and other freaks, they will cover for an abuser. Yeah, probably.
I think it's funny.
It's because she's hot. She's hot, so that's why she's gonna get away with it. I think, unfortunately. I think Johnny Depp will recover, but I don't think she. I think she'll just she won't get destroyed the way that like Kevin Spacey did or something.
Yeah, she should definitely face consequences, but we definitely not gonna see anything like that.
Yeah, I don't think so. So
also, I think it's funny that that your roommate was Taiwanese and now your co-host is Taiwanese.
Yeah. He actually went back to Taiwan after university. And I'm like, dude, do you want to come back to Canada so before China fucks you up royally? I mean, maybe it's worth it, you know?
Yeah, can't be. You know what? Just gotta, at the very least, you know, he'll have like a place to go. Hopefully.
Yeah. He has a wife and 2 kids now, though, and it's like he's kind of embedded in Taiwan at this point, and it's like, well, all right.
Well, if China takes over, then I guess he's Chinese now, or mainland Chinese.
Here's the thing, Kate. He was pretty sheltered from like the mainland's view on propaganda, and he's like, there's no way, like, we're all Chinese, it's not a big deal, like, there's no way that actual Chinese people hate Taiwanese people, right? Like, it's not a big deal. And then we were playing Warcraft at one point, and there was a guy who was he was writing English like he was Chinese, and I just said in the chat, hey, are you Chinese? And like, we're all in like a dungeon together. He's like, yeah, and I was like, oh, that's cool. My friend here that we're playing with, he's from Taiwan. And then this guy just says, there is one China, and then he immediately just leaves the group. And he was like, oh my God. Like, he had never experienced that before.
Yeah. In Taiwan, it's not as inundated with propaganda as across the strait, I would say.
Yeah.
Like we're not taught to like hate like the mainland Chinese, at least the people that are younger.
They're taught to hate the filthy American-backed capitalists. I know.
Yeah, but the I don't know on what's on the mainland side, because you know. But yes, let's go on with
right. So regarding this, Heard and Depp began dating in 2012. A year later, Heard recalled seeing him abuse drugs and alcohol. Johnny would not remember his delusional and violent conduct after he came out of his drunk or medicated states. Because I loved him, I believed his multiple promises that he could and would get better, but I was wrong. In 2014, she claimed that Depp had began drinking heavily, threw items and verbally abused her on a private flight. He kicked Heard in the back, she said, knocking her to the ground, passed out in the bathroom for the rest of the flight. He later apologized via text, saying he couldn't remember what happened. His assistant texted her, he's a little lost boy and he needs all the help he can get. So basically there's like allegations of stuff, scars on my arms and feet. There's allegation after allegation of various abuse that apparently Johnny had inflicted upon Amber Heard. The problem is, like, we don't know if
they happen or not.
Like, even if it turns out that she's more in the wrong than he is, he could have done one like because she has like let's say she has like 10 different allegations. 9 of them could be false. One of them could be true, and he might actually get away with that one because of all the things that she's done. Just because she's going to end up, as we go through our evidence, she's going to end up being a terrible person doesn't necessarily absolve him, because we just don't know.
Yes.
We just don't know what happened during some of these events. But
Yes,
it could be all
absolutely.
made up. Like, who knows, right? Who knows? So here's what we do know though. So Amber posted these pictures. Amber Heard has bruised eye and cut lip in latest photos as it's revealed that she truly feared for her life. So let's get a zoom in on these photos. We're gonna catch them in 4K, guys. Okay, so that seems to be the bruise on her eye. I don't see the cut lip. Maybe it's this line here. I'm not
I think
sure.
it's that line,
Maybe this.
perhaps.
Yeah. Like, this is something. Who knows what it was? But I mean, it also could be the fact that she. We'll get into her attacking him later, and maybe he did this to her in self-defense. We don't know. We just don't know, right? Like, there's her again. There's a slight bruising underneath her eye. Don't see anything on the lips in this one. There we go. Like there's some blood right there.
On that side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what this could be is she could literally just be like, it could be like a really dry day out, and she could be like picking her lips, because that happens, and you get like bloody lips all the time. So especially if you don't wear like lip balm or something. So
yeah.
like this could be that. It also could be anything. Who knows? Who knows?
You bump into a wall hard enough, and that could happen.
It's when you you fall down a flight of stairs into a bag of
When you
doorknobs.
fall down a flight of stairs, and it's just like, oh well, clumsy me. I don't know what yeah, go on.
People in the chat are saying that it might be makeup, possibly.
Yeah, it's also possible.
Johnny Depp's estranged wife, Amber Heard, appears to have a bruised eye and cut lip in new pictures. She truly feared for her life during the incident in December 2015. And now they're divorced. She was granted at this point. This was back in 2016. She was granted a temporary restraining order because of these pictures. So people were back in 2016. People were absolutely taking her side on this. Okay,
yes.
Let's see. So because of all of this, because like these are all allegations and they're not proven, Johnny Depp ended up suing. What was the
UK tabloid?
Yeah, The Sun. The Sun was the tabloid for defamation over a story slamming him and J.K. Rowling. Johnny Depp suing UK for calling him a wife beater after an article criticizes J.K. Rowling for supporting him. So I assume J.K. Rowling was involved because Johnny Depp was playing Grindelwald in the second Fantastic Beasts movie. I'm going to assume that's why she got involved in this. But yeah, so the allegations came out. They're unproven. And then on April 28th, 2018, The Sun posts an article calling him a wife beater. Like, what the fuck, guys? If it's I know that they're a tabloid, they're sensationalist. Okay. But that's still like that's pretty shitty. You should have some kind of evidence, something.
It's at this point, it's he says, she says.
Yeah. You know what? I would even be happy with alleged wife beater, because then at least there's alleged. You know what I mean?
He allegedly fucking played the bongo on his wife's face.
Jesus. So in December, the Harry Potter creator gave a statement in support of the actor's casting as Gellert Grindelwald in the Fantastic Beasts movie series. That's right, because yeah. So that's why J.K. Rowling got involved, because he was involved in one of her movies at the time. All right.
Didn't help though. He still got fired.
Yeah, he still got fired, unfortunately. Yeah, so Depp first briefly appeared in 2016's Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and he has a much larger role in The Crimes of Grindelwald out on November 16th. Who took over the role of Grindelwald in the third movie?
I think it was Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't know. Did you see any of the Fantastic Beasts movies?
I haven't.
Okay. So Naomi and I went to go see the first one back in 2016.
How was it?
Wait, was it Naomi? I went with a girl, but I don't think it might have not been Naomi. But
Uh-oh.
well, no, it's okay because we were going as friends. If it wasn't Naomi, I was going with a friend who just happened to be a girl. That's fine. But
Oh,
I think it was Naomi though.
then
But
that's fine then.
but in any case, we saw the movie
Gotta stay
and
faithful.
he had like yeah yeah he had like this like this weird like white hair and strange teeth, and I was like, this guy looks fucking like this isn't Grindelwald. What the fuck? Grindelwald looks like a regular dude. It didn't seem like a good portrayal of Grindelwald in the first movie. And honestly, I think the main reason why I didn't come back for the next one is because Grindelwald looked so shit. And I think they changed his look for the second movie, but he looked so fucking bad. I was like, nah, I'm out. Fuck this. Peace. Anyway.
Also,
Oh,
I
go ahead.
saw in the chat they said the makeup, sorry, the bruises was apparently proven as makeup,
Yeah.
but
Well,
we don't know.
we'll get to that a little bit later. I have something on that later. Let me
Oh,
build.
sweet.
Let me build it up, chat. Come
Build the
on.
case. Build the case.
Okay, so Johnny Depp decided to sue the Sun because they called him a wife beater without any kind of
But we don't
proof.
want to lose the chat. We don't want them to think we're pro Amber Heard.
Listen, I am pro wife beating. Okay, 100%. You can clip that and send it off to everyone who hates me.
Oh no.
Okay. So
You do mean the shirt, don't you?
yes, the shirt. So in 2020, Johnny Depp's case against the Sun over claims that he beat his ex-wife. He lost the case in 2020. So he brought a defamation suit. He lost the
I
defamation
remember
suit.
that.
Yeah. So he lost his high stakes case in the London courts against the Sun after the newspaper described him as a wife beater. The judge.
It would have been great to watch the Sun get destroyed like Hulk Hogan destroyed Gawker, but
Yeah.
alas, it was not meant to
Alas.
be.
In the 129-page ruling, the judge, Mr. Justice Nicol, said the claimant, that's Depp, has not succeeded in his action for libel. The defendants, the Sun and News Group newspapers, have shown that what they published in the meeting which I have held the words to bear was substantially true. The judge added, I have found that the great majority of alleged assaults of Miss Heard by Mr. Depp have been proved to the civil standard. He also said that he accepted Heard's evidence that the allegations she made against Depp have had a negative effect on her career and as an actor and an activist. I have reached these conclusions, having examined in detail the 14 incidents on which the defendants rely, as well as the overarching considerations which the claimant submitted I should take into account. In those circumstances, Parliament has said that a defendant has a complete defense. So, he lost his libel suit. The judge sounds like a complete fucking retard here.
Yeah.
Like, I have found that the great majority of alleged assaults of Miss Heard by Mr. Depp have been proved to the civil standard. Bullshit.
Proof where?
We are going to get to that, but bull fucking shit, guys. Okay? Hold on.
Where is the proof? Where's the video games?
You're gonna see the anti-proof soon. $5 from Holtznader, based Dev Lamau. Thanks, man. Thanks for the $5. So, also, he appealed, and then he lost his appeal. He lost his appeal in 2021, March 25th, 2021. Hollywood actor Johnny Depp has lost an attempt to overturn a damning high court ruling that concluded that he did, in fact, assault his ex-wife. So,
That's not good.
like, that's some bullshit, because we know at this point that it's not true. And, like, I don't know, like, what do you do now? And, like, now that it's been proved that, or as we'll get to the evidence coming out, that it seems quite likely that Johnny Depp is innocent. Like, now that you've lost your appeal here, like, what the fuck do you do? You know? To be fair, hold on. So Murgut says the judge in the UK's family is friends with Amber Heard. Is that real? Hold on. Let me find the name of that judge. Okay. Let's do some on-the-fly internet sleuthing, guys. Let's see. Evidence that Amber Heard and Justice Nickel are connected. Oh,
Oh.
oh my god. Oh my god, look at this cancerous shit. We got like all the connections here. Oh my god.
Bring it
Everyone
up,
knows
Dev.
everyone.
Bring it up.
Yep, I did.
Dev.
Didn't I? Yeah, it's there. Wait, hold on. Shit. How come you can't see it? The chat can see it, but you can't see it. Hold on.
Oh.
Maybe I gotta do it like this. Okay, there. Now you should be able to see it. Yeah.
There, now I can see it.
Look at this. Look at this is just like one of those fever dreams where you're just like everything's connected. Oh my god, I shouldn't have taken so much meth.
Yeah. Like that picture from Always Sunny.
Yeah. There's a private dinner party with a trial that she went to it, counsel to, personal friend of, mutual friends. So there's like married to, like there's like, so the judge is married to a person who's friends with a person who's friends with Jen Robinson, and Jen Robinson works for Amber Heard. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 steps between them.
Yeah, seems like a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah. The judge is employed by was it Dowie Street Chambers, which takes place at the same like thing. Like there are connections here. That's and
there
like
are some connections.
there's like he wrote a book about this guy. He used to be married to one of the friends, and he's founded by like there. Okay, so there's like this is the like maybe there's some connections, but Jesus, you're stretching here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, is this an hour? Okay, hold on. Nope. Okay. Jesus, this person did like an hour and 47-minute stream, like going into the details of this flowchart. So yeah, it seems like there might be some connection, maybe, but it's like who knows? It's kind of flimsy, I think. Maybe Kevin Bacon must be in there somewhere too. Yeah, like it's possible that like if this was an event, a guest appearance on International Women's Day that Amber Heard went to and Jen Robinson was there and it took place at this chamber and he's employed by the chamber and like the person that employs Jen Robinson is also a person who founded the chamber and like there's friends who are married and like I'm sure Amber Heard might have bumped into this guy at that event in those chambers. So like it's possible, but it still seems to be a bit of a stretch. Yeah.
Or it could just be that the judge is fucking stupid.
Yeah, that too. Insane hippie for $10. Thank you. In your video yesterday about Alex Jones was right. You forgot the chemical atrazine in pesticides is affecting frogs, and the black bass is also affected by estrogen in the water. Well, thanks for the extra info, dude. I mean, that's just more Alex Jones being right, though, eh?
Yes, we're turning the bass gay as well.
Okay, so there's these are all the things that happened pre-trial, okay? Now let's actually see what physical evidence we have, okay? Let's see what physical evidence we have. So,
let's go.
I just reacted and I'm sorry. It's below me. Listen in as Amber Heard admits to smashing a door into Johnny Depp's head before clocking him in the jaw. Jesus, when did this come out? This came out in March of 2020. Okay. So there's audio recordings that came out. All right. The shocking tape suggests that the Pirates of the Caribbean actor, 56, was hit so hard by the bathroom door that it knocked him off his feet. I then stood up. I don't even know if I might have said, like, what the fuck, whatever, because I'd just been hit in the head with the fucking corner of the door. And then I stood up, and then you fucking clock me. Heard claims she didn't mean to slam the door into Depp's face, but says of the punch to her then husband's jaw, I just reacted, and I'm sorry. It's below me. So this audio hasn't been aired publicly before, but Depp's lawyers played it out loud while she was giving a deposition. Okay, so this footage here became part of the deposition. It's 12 minutes long. Do you want to watch all of it? Let's see what. Hold on.
618.
Jesus. Hold on. Because you can't hear this, can you? When I play it.
I can hear it.
This here?
Yeah, I can hear it.
6:18 p.m. and we're back on the record.
And just a clarification, we're not going to invoke the Fifth Amendment privilege, so you can react.
So you just heard what the lawyer said there about the Fifth Amendment?
Yes, they're gonna invoke the Fifth Amendment.
Man. Okay. The Discord is more robust than I gave it credit for. Okay. Let's watch it then. Since you can hear it, and since the chat can hear it, I assume the chat can hear it. Let's watch it.
Ask that question.
So,
Which question?
Did you commit domestic violence against Johnny Depp?
Any time prior to May 22nd, 2016, did you ever commit an act of domestic violence against Johnny Depp?
Calls for a legal conclusion and irrelevant, but go ahead.
Do you understand what I'm asking you?
No.
No?
What?
Yes, I understand what you're asking me.
And prior to May 21, 2016, or May 22, 2016, is it your testimony that you never committed any act of what would be considered domestic violence against Mr. Depp?
Calls for a legal conclusion and irrelevant to these proceedings.
I did my best to defend myself and not
I was gonna,
seriously
I thought you
hurt.
was gonna say I did my best to
or
hurt
be a
him.
doormat to who this happens to all the time.
Isn't it true, Ms. Hurd, that you previously confessed and apologized to Johnny Depp for committing domestic violence against him?
I'm going to object. Calls for a legal conclusion, argumentative, harassing.
Jeez.
Isn't it true that you had previously told Johnny Depp that you had hit him?
I'm going to object. It's a different question. It's vague and ambiguous, vague as to time.
Many times when we fought, well, not many times, he hit me for a very long time.
She's a longer
before
mic
I
cord.
ever,
I'm going to
picked up
object
my
as
arms.
non-responsive and move to strike. Ms. Hurd, I'd like you to listen to what I'm about to play. Would you do that?
Someone's fishing it out. Okay, good. What's this in?
I don't even know if I said. I might have said like, what the, you know, whatever.
What? Oh, hold on.
Because I just been hit in the head with the corner of the door. I'm so sorry. I did not.
I'm trying to turn it up, and it keeps turning off whenever I try to turn it up.
I'm sorry. And when I stood up,
Do you recognize the voices on that tape?
Mhm.
And who are the
Okay.
people on that
You
tape?
know what?
It's Johnny and I.
Okay. And is Johnny describing an
Give me
act
one more
where
second here. I'll turn, because on my end, the same audio control for Lilith's voice is the video. So let me just reset it. Okay, we're good now.
you made a door go into his head?
Objection, harassing, argumentative, vague.
I was trying to escape from a room where Johnny was attacking me, and in order to escape, I was trying to get onto the other side of the door.
She's not on the
attempting
stand.
to
This is a
close the door, and
deposition.
he was attempting to get
Not
in,
court.
despite my attempts to try.
This is like during
and
discovery,
escape
guys.
an assault.
Isn't it true that on this tape that was just played, you tell Johnny Depp you're sorry?
Yes.
Okay.
and then you pop.
I can remember hitting you as a response to the door thing.
Did you just tell Johnny Depp in that recording that I remember hitting you as a response to the door thing?
Yes, as he was trying to get into
Okay,
the door,
hold on.
I was trying.
Just wait.
As a response to the
Look. Okay, I can't pause it to show you. Shit. Okay.
recording that
Look at her
I
face.
remember hitting
The
you
smile
as a
appears.
response to the door
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
She's
as he
pissed
was
now.
Trying to get into
Before
the
it was
door,
like-
I was trying into the room. I was trying
For a little
to
bit there,
escape
she was
him.
angry. Before she was
He
like,
pushed the door into me, and I was trying to hit him by getting him out of the door to stay in the room.
And you told him in that tape recording that you hit him, correct?
I don't know what words I used in that. You can play it back if you want, but I don't remember exactly how long.
If you wouldn't mind, if you'll continue to listen.
Okay.
I'm really sorry about hitting you with the door or hitting your head.
Did you tell Johnny Depp at that time you were speaking to him that you were really sorry for hitting him with the door, hitting him?
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
I think in that recording I made it very clear that I was sorry that the door hit him while he was trying to get into the room I was escaping or attempting to escape into.
Sorry, the door just magically hit you.
I will mark, excuse me. I'd like you to listen to the following tape. This is punched, and we need to have.
Are they being marked as exhibits?
Yeah, mark as exhibit.
We just marked P as the one we just played,
Okay.
correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I have
Marking
s-
the next thing that I'm going to play to you as Q. Would you listen to this, please?
What's she eating?
It's one of
The one
the
that
white.
says punch it.
So,
That's different.
Chocolate looks like.
anyway, I was in the bathroom door when we were knocked.
Chew, chew, chew.
Where's the disc?
And you just kept going, you just kept going, kept going. Tried to close the door 3 times. You know, please, just don't let, and then wait, and then I
Look at that smile.
I swear, when I was trying to close the door, I guess it scratched your toes. I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, she's trying to figure out her next spin right now.
The smell.
But I did not mean to do that.
I was bent down behind the door.
I did not do anything to her. I did not kick
Much.
at the door or push the door so that it would hit you. I did not. I swear. But I mean, that did not. That was not my intention.
Someone in chat, I can fix her.
Okay. So you told him in that
She's not
excerpt
impressed.
that you hit him with the door,
She
but
went
did
from, like,
not
scared
intend to
to-
hit him, correct?
Recording
Like,
speaks for
annoyed.
itself.
Did you say that?
Yeah, you see.
I said whatever I said in that recording. I
Okay.
don't. When you play it for me, it's hard for me to remember every single.
And
word.
that's a recording marked as exhibit, the punching.
Q, that we
Q.
just played.
Q. Would you continue to listen to exhibit Q?
It's a disposition tidge. on a
Are these from the same day?
I reacted, but this whole the door thing. I remember. I never did that. That wasn't on purpose. I might have done it on accident.
Okay. Let's say that was an accident. I then stood up. I don't even know if I said, I might have said, like, what the whatever. Because I just been hit in the head with the corner of the door.
It's like the rooms. I did not hit her.
And then you clock.
I remember hitting you as a response to the door thing.
I remember hitting you. She,
What I just told us.
Mm.
oh, she's pissed.
I'm really sorry about hitting you with the door.
Again, and it's again.
To nor
You didn't mean to hit me in the head with the door, but you meant to
I did
punch me in the jaw.
I meant to hit you, and
I meant to hit
I
you.
did not
Jesus.
Yep,
the
I
door.
meant to.
I do remember. I did mean to hit you.
So that you didn't mean.
The door? No, God, no. I
But punching me in the jaw.
didn't. Okay, I'm sorry.
So on the tape, you tell Johnny Depp that you
She's-
did mean to hit him.
Yeah.
Objection,
Oh,
that's
look at
argumentative,
that.
it misstates what the recording was.
And it also misrepresents what actually happened, which is him trying to get into a room I'm trying to keep him out of. And then he runs the door over my toes, trying to get into the room. I tried to push him out of it, which is what the hit is referred to. And Johnny, whenever he was injured or touched it, always referred to it in these ways of punching or clocked or whatever. And whether you discussed it with him or not, the last thing you do in talking to him afterwards or trying to reconcile with him is to get into what the definition of those words mean to him.
Just say what
So
happened.
I never even addressed it. He would, if he was ever pushed, it was a cold. He called it a cold clock. I mean, it was just very dramatic.
Isn't
about
it true, Ms. Hurd, that in September of 2015,
That's a
you
cold
punched
clock.
Johnny Depp in
you
the
get knocked
face
out
with
by
a
a
closed
punch.
fist?
Ah.
Okay, right here. She's chewing to try and think about her answer.
I hit
Yes.
Johnny.
Yep, that's what
one
that
time
is.
when he. Sorry, I'll wait.
No, you answer the question. Please stop whispering because it's distracting over here.
It's your team.
No, I was referring
No,
to
these
this
two.
actually.
I can't hear them. I hear
I
them.
can't hear them.
So please answer the question.
Ooh.
Yes or no, did you ever
No.
punch Johnny Depp with a closed fist in the history of your
Bang
relationship
time.
with Johnny?
Answer it however you feel you wish to.
Thank you. One time, Johnny was hitting me, and he was hitting me hard and repeatedly, and I was screaming. Security
Where's
walks
first?
in, and they don't do anything about it. And he makes this motion when Jerry Judge yells "boss" or Sean. I can't remember who it was, and all we had was a little bit of separation, and my
A
sister
professional
runs down the
actress,
stairs.
guys.
It's Rona Land in between two flights of stairs.
Miss
She's
Hurd,
so
I
good at
must interrupt
acting.
you
You can't.
because
You
I've
can't.
asked you a yes or
Then
no question.
withdraw your question then because
Ms.
she's
Hurd,
answering.
prior to today's date, have you ever hit Johnny Depp?
Answer it however you wish.
352.
You've already asked and she's already answered and you interrupted her.
Ms. Hurd, have you ever hit Johnny Depp prior to today?
Objection, Vegas to time.
Hey, everyone on this side of the room, please.
Objection 352. It's not relevant to the domestic violence proceeding.
Overruled.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Answer it however you want to, including the way you were just, if
I'm
you
asking
wish.
for a yes or no answer.
You don't have to answer it the way she wants you to answer it.
He was about to push my sister down the stairs. She was attempting to break us up. I am protective over my baby sister. When he laid hands on her, I don't know what I did, but I know I jumped in between the actions that I saw could lead to a fatal injury to my sister. She was standing on the top of a flight of the stairs, and she has never hurt anyone in her life, and she does not deserve to be pushed down the flight of stairs. And it looked like she was about to.
Hold on. Guys, I will answer the supers in a bit, okay?
Be.
We're
And
watching
I would
some
have done
videos for
what
now.
anybody who has a child or a sister would have done. I acted defensively in her life. I
Now
saw
the acting
her
chops
standing
come
on
out.
top of a flight of stairs and trying to interrupt a fight in between him and I. I don't know what part of my body I put in between me and him and her. But I would have done anything. I would have done anything to prevent her
Okay.
from being pushed down a flight of stairs.
So
Oh.
at this point, nope. So at this point, you notice how it took her? So she's very indignant.
You notice she
that
did.
could be
She
Kodak.
had a prep time for that.
Yeah. So she was very
she prepped
indignant.
herself for that.
She was extremely indignant when she was actually talking about her sister. It's like, you can't blame me for this. Look at all the things that have been happening. You can't. But 2 minutes earlier, I'll just pull the video up again and mute it. Right here, she's very, very morally righteous. I had to do it. I had no choice. Look at her face. Look at her body language. She's leaning in. She's very serious. But when she's first asked the question, let's go back a bit. Where is she chewing? Where is she buying time and chewing? Is it back here? Yeah. If this actually happened the way that she describes, she wouldn't have to sit here and chew and think about how she should be acting. She would be like, yeah, I remember that. He was beating the shit out of my sister. She would know exactly what to say. At least I know I would. if I were in that situation. Like, hey, Dev, have you ever punched this guy? Yeah, because he was doing something to me. Like, you can just say if it's true, you can just say that. You don't gotta like
Yeah, it'd
chew
be
and
at the
think
top
about
of
it.
my mind.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
that happened.
Exactly. Yeah.
But she had to think. She had to prepare. She had to buy herself time.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what's next? Here we go. So, yeah. So this person here, this is apparently a Twitter account that's very invested in the current situation. She is not normal. Amber Heard is seen smirking, rolling her eyes, and nibbling on cookies. Oh, it was cookies. As she's forced to listen to herself admitting on tape that she clocked Johnny Depp in the face. I think we just watched this video.
Yes.
Is it the same?
Recognize the voices on that tape?
Yeah,
And
it's
who
the
are
same
the
video.
people?
Okay. It's the same at least clip. Oh God, friended on this 2-year-old tweet. Adam's down here saying she's hot. I believe her.
Oh no.
Come on, Adam.
Simp.
Hold on. Quote tweet. Simp. all right. Okay, what else we got here? Right. The moment where she said, "I did mean to punch you." Oh yeah, this is only a minute long, so we'll actually watch this one just because it actually has the subtitles up.
Has a section, yes.
It has the subtitles and the section, so just check these subtitles out, guys.
I think that's yeah.
Yeah.
I reacted, but the door thing, I remember, I never did that. That wasn't on purpose. I might have done it on accident.
Okay,
But
so let's say that was an accident. I then stood up. I don't even know if I said, I mean, I might have said, like, what the fuck? What, whatever. Because I just been hit in the head with the fucking corner of a door.
I'm so sorry. I did not. I'm sorry.
And then I stood up. And then you fucking clocked me.
I remember hitting you as a response to the door thing. And I'm really sorry about hitting you with the door or
She's
hitting
just
your head.
yeah,
I did
okay. She's
not
just
mean
admitting it.
to
Having
ignore-
the
You
subtitles
didn't mean to
helps.
hit me
Having
in
the
the head
subtitles
with
helps.
the door, but you meant to
I did mean-
punch me in the jaw.
I meant to hit you, and I did not do this thing with the door. I do remember. I did mean to hit you.
So that you didn't mean.
The door? No, God, no. I didn't.
But punching me in the jaw.
I
you
didn't.
did.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So on the tape, you tell Johnny Depp that you did mean to hit.
So yeah, why does she smile every time she relives a memory of punching Johnny? That is a bit sus.
It really does.
Yeah, that's a bit sus. She's having like, yes, that was good fun times. All right, hold on. The full video. She did kick the door open. He was hiding in the bathroom to escape her, and she accidentally scraped her toes trying to close the door. He bent down to check, and she kicked it open into his head and then punched him in the jaw. Is this a video of the event or just somebody else's?
Hey, everyone.
No, this is just somebody else's take. All right. So what's next? The full unedited version of the tape that she just played at during the trial. She smiles at the end. Okay, so I think this is the same audio we just listened to, but now you get to see the video of it.
Okay.
So she's secretly recording this.
Yes.
Motherfucker!
What happened?
Or maybe it's different. Let's see what it
Could
is.
be different.
Let's see what it is.
What happened?
Jesus.
Oh.
Nothing happened this morning. You know that?
Were you in here?
No.
So then nothing happened to you this morning.
Yeah, you're right. I just woke up and you were so sweet and nice. We were not even fighting this morning. All I did was say sorry.
Did something happen to you this morning? I don't think so.
Jesus.
Because if you can afford to
No,
replace
that's
everything.
the thing.
You want to see crazy? I'll give you fucking crazy. This crazy.
Hold on.
Oh, you're crazy.
Is that a mason jar turned into a wine bottle or a wine glass with like a look at that. You fucking hipster, Johnny Depp. Look at that thing. okay, that's it. All right.
Crazy.
Have you drunk this whole thing this morning?
I think it's just be like it is.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Really? Sneak that shit on me, motherfucker.
I didn't. You were smashing shit.
Bye.
So hold on. He was pissed about being recorded. He found out. Yeah, and she looks like that she just caught him. And she smiles at the end. Looks like she just caught him in the act. All right. So, like, this on its own is actually a little bit damning towards Johnny Depp. Now, we don't know what happened earlier. But it does seem like she's being very reasonable. He's flying off the hinges a little bit. But at the same time, she knows that the recording is happening, and he doesn't. Yes. So she could be on her best behavior, and he could be, unaware. She could have been gaslighting him for like the past 3 hours before this recording happened. So he's like massively riled up and pissed off. Like we don't know.
Yeah.
But at least that is like at least a tentative point against Johnny Depp. Okay.
He was angry.
Yeah. So what else do we have here?
But like you said, it's just.
All right.
It could have been anything.
And then this evidence also came out. This came out just a couple days ago. These are texts. Can we actually read the texts? Or is it too... Oh, no.
What the frick? Is this an image for ants?
Image for ants. It is an image for ants.
I think scroll down. I think he had like a transcript.
Oh, maybe.
For it.
Here's some of those. Excuse the redaction. Just confirm the letter is completely private. It has nothing to do with any public record. Officer here, okay. You file separately as well. The same thing as far as being revoked is concerned, but it requires both search signatures and as a new file. And for the records, it's my understanding of it. I confirm with my lawyer. I didn't know what to do or why that happened. I was scared. The letter is private unless you file. Okay, doesn't seem like it's really. I can't look at this person. I can't read any of that. Jesus Christ. So yeah, but I mean, that umbrella guy is saying that Johnny Depp discusses Amber Heard's blackmail messages where she admits she made up her claims of abuse. She texted him and admitted she did this because her lawyers told her to. But we can't read it. Gosh darn it.
Good job, that umbrella guy.
But this did come out. This is from the trial, so like he pulled this from the trial. So yes. Perhaps I think we can probably trust it. Yeah, it's being used as evidence, yeah. Can't read it. Everyone's saying can't read it, can't read it, can't read it, can't read it. Blurry, can't read it. God damn it. Yeah. Damn. Okay. So, let me just take this away for a minute. Real quick. I'm going to answer those super chats that popped in. Then maybe take a really short bathroom break. Because I have to go to the washroom. Let's check out the super chats before we continue on with what we've got. Because we've gone over the setup, we've gone over the evidence that's been presented, and now we have some courtroom videos to talk about. But first, super chats. $2 from General Kinetic 89. My ex is like Amber Heard. I got angry because she gaslit me. Yeah. You know what? I'm actually quite happy that the term gaslighting was invented because it's a great way to describe a certain type of abuse that before that you couldn't really describe. Like it was real, but we didn't have a term for it. You know, this idea that somebody is like an abuser is using the tactics of a victim. You know, it's hard to describe without the word gaslighting. It's kind of hard to describe what's going on. So I'm happy we have the term and everyone knows what it means.
I think some people use it wrong though.
Oh yeah, of course, absolutely.
It gets a bit overused and applied to places where it's not supposed to.
Yeah. BD for $2. Keep up the good work, SFO. Lilith, be my
Yes, it
waifu.
is. Aw.
And
Unfortunately, I I can't.
Paleo Angloism for £2. TubCast, more like TubbyCast. Got him. Haha. Listen,
Uh-oh.
I know who's behind the
Oh.
Paleo Angloism account, and I know that you are a massive Lilith simp. Don't you fucking get started with me, buddy.
Oh, why thank you.
Adherent of Lady Columbia for $20. Thank you. Dev, what are your thoughts on the notion of instead of the pendulum swinging back and forth, it's instead like a ratchet, a little less right every turn? I ask this because you seem to be the person that butts heads with the NRXers. Here's the thing: people on the left view politics as a ratchet. I've heard them use the exact same thing. People on the right view politics as a ratchet as well. It's probably more that the right is correct on that analysis because things are tending to go more leftward over time on like a large enough time frame. But
it's not always.
Yeah, and I also think it's more of a pendulum, definitely. In general. Like the idea of it being a ratchet is like, okay, so the wheel can only turn one way. It can turn left, but it can't turn right. And then I've heard some fucking like absolute retards on the left say that the wheel only turns right. And it's like, are you kidding me? Do you actually like
if that's the case, then we would be living in the 50s.
Yeah, have you guys seen the current year? Like fucking hell, that's not how it is. But no, I think it's more pendulum. I think it's more pendulum swinging than anything else. All right, one side pushes too hard, the other side swings back around. I think that just seems to be the case with politics.
A pendulum with some ratchet characteristics.
Ratchet character. Okay. Here to Lady Columbia, another $5. Thank you. Dev, do you think that the dissident right and people like Academic Agent will go mainstream? Or will their ideas be modified for a more moderate yet some tactical use? Well, all politics, as it filters down from the extremes to the mainstream, it loses a bunch of its edge and it becomes more digestible. I don't think anyone like Academic Agent or any of the NRXers will ever go mainstream, even among like the mainstream right. I think their ideas are too unpalatable to people living in Western democracies for that to ever take off. Brother Doom for $4.99. Thank you for the commentless super chat. I appreciate it. Papa Piker for $5. This is the first time in months I've heard someone say "and I" instead of "me and." Sorry guys, I'm on Team Grammar Aryan. Okay, thanks, dude. Racism is worse now than it was in the 1960s because it's been hidden. I know you're memeing, but like maybe that's actually why a lot of these people believe in the ratchet effect moving rightward. Because they actually think we're living in the worst time in human history. I think they're just fucking idiots, frankly. I think they're just fucking idiots. Okay, I'm gonna go to the washroom, bathroom for you Americans. So here, Lilith, you talk for a couple minutes, and I'll be right back, and we'll continue.
I wish I could bring the stuff up. Oh, but how are you guys doing today? Dev racism is worse now than it was in 60s. It's been hidden. Yep, gone through that. Okay. I had a conversation of pretend Windows rightward, and I definitely don't think the overturned Windows is shifting rightward. There are some things that are like but definitely other things are shifting leftward. Oh, Fat and Feline. His podcast literally is called Unpopular Opinions. Yeah. Because of that, I don't know if like the hard right's gonna get like a mainstream recognition anytime soon. Unless I don't know, maybe unless they could go on Tucker Carlson and like ask him for, hey, what's up, Carter? That type of stuff. Because I think like I would even say Tucker is heart right, but he is like more on the right than like the mainstream right, probably. It's I think he has more similarities to the right on the internet than mainstream, like Fox News types. At least most of them. Who's winning, Dev or Lilith? Dev always wins because he is just a big guy for you. Would you tuck me to bed and kiss my forehead? Yes, if you pay me in super chats, I will do that. What are some good pickup lines to use on cat babes? Hey babe, you making me feeling feline fine. That was awful. That was.
That was pretty good. I think that was pretty good. Just give
really?
Just give him catnip, guys. That's how it works.
Just give him catnips. Yeah, that's just. Mm-hmm. And then they roll around, and then you obtain yourself some cat girls.
It's not a ratchet or a pendulum. It's a drink. It's a drinky bird. Oh yeah, where they
it's
like
a drinky bird.
Yeah, where they'll swing real quick and then hit the water and then like swing back and then balance a bit and then swing real quick again. Yeah. Oh god. Hey Kiln Firelink is a friend of mine. He's done some artwork. Lilith, help! How do I get my Tranner GF to stop calling me a chaser? But you are a chaser, dude. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chaser rights, you know. Chaser rights.
Oh, hey, Raindrop. Yeah, I know who you are. What's up, man? Oh, Raindrop, this will be of especially interesting to you, but also to everyone listening. Tonight after this stream, you have to go out IRL, but I am going to be basically taking an hour to have dinner. Then I'm going to fire up a stream on the gaming channel tonight. Dave and I were going to play the new Kirby game, so make sure you're all there. I pinned the comments for both of our Twitches. Go follow those Twitch channels, guys, and check me out on Twitch tonight. I would appreciate it.
Fisher Cat says, will you initiate a parasocial relationship with us, Lilith Sama? Hey, Uncle, that's... Hey, guys. I love you.
Lilith, you should go on Sitch and Adam. Sitch and Adam will take guests for sure. But one, they have a long show. Their show's like 8 hours long. And two, generally they'll take a guest if you're like related to the situation. So I went on Sitch and Adam over a week ago because of the whole Xander Hall thing, and they wanted to cover Xander Hall, and because that drama was happening, I got an invite on. Like I can ask to go on regularly because Sitch and Adam they're friends of mine and they're good guys, but like to have like a Lilith dedicated show on Sitch and Adam, there has to be a big Lilith related event on the internet.
Yeah. If I'm just coming on as like a spare guest to like do they do like EFAP where they watch stuff?
Yes, they're exactly like EFAP.
Yeah, then we can do that then.
Mm-hmm. Sitch and Adam said they were open to it. When did Sitch and Adam say that they wanted to have Lilith on? Was that like yesterday's stream? Because they do like streams on Tuesdays sometimes too.
If they are open for it, then we could probably DM and like make it happen sometime, depending on how.
Here's the thing though, like I don't know if Sitch and Adam ever have trans guests because they are pretty red pilled in some trans questions. You guys might butt heads.
We might. But like if we were just talking about normal stuff, then I'm sure we'd be fine. I mean, we get along fine on Twitter. So.
Yeah. And also, they're definitely of the like. If you disagree with them, they're not going to be like you're stupid, you're terrible. You're just like, oh, we just disagree. You know, like they're pretty. Yeah, they're pro trans, yes, but they're also like they definitely don't want anyone under 18 going on hormones, like at all. That's from what I can tell.
Whereas I think that if a psychiatrist rules that like somebody is trans and like they should be go on, but with like but they should be receive treatment, but with heavy moderation,
Hmm. And you
like
know what?
how heavily monitored. Or
I think
yeah.
every single Western male should be put on HRT and all feminized.
Wow,
All of them.
wow, based. That's more based than I am, though.
Yeah, they had JXE on a week ago to talk about trans stuff. Yeah, I recall that.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it should be fine.
Mhm.
Although JXC is cool.
Yeah, I think so too. Um,
Oh,
actually,
sorry,
I.
there's my roommate's cat. I don't know if you heard that.
Mhm. Okay, so I think we're actually good to go with continuing with
Yes.
the Johnny Depp, Johnny Deep,
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Deep Amber Head.
Johnny Depp and Emberhead. Let's go.
Ready to go, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So now we're going to talk. Let me just pull it up here. Here we go. Okay. What's next, guys, is stuff that's happening during the trial. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And this is in relation to that claim earlier about the split lip and the bruised eye, okay? After Johnny Depp testified he had found nail polish on a tissue after Amber Heard claimed he had broke her nose. Okay. Let's check this out.
She had a
I feel like
Kleenex
Lilith lines up with its anatomy.
tissue to
Few
her
more
Oh,
nose.
can you hear this?
differences.
And,
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Go back.
And
Yep.
she had a
Hey, Reggie.
Kleenex or a tissue to her nose.
Uh-huh.
And then she pulled it away from her nose and she showed it to me. And there was red. There was indeed like red color on the tissue.
Look at how sad she looks.
But me, I know that there was no connection to her nose. No part of my body made connection to her nose or
Hey, Discordia.
eyes or anything like. So she said, she took it away and she showed it to me. She said, "Way to go, Johnny, you broke my nose. You broke my nose." And I knew I hadn't, so I said, you go into sort of placation mode, which is, "Oh my God, let me see, are you okay? What happened? Let me see." And she wouldn't let me see anything. And so I just tried to calm the situation as best I could. All the while, I was waiting for her to dispense with that Kleenex because I didn't trust it. And so I waited. And when she dropped it into the wastebasket in her bathroom, or in our bathroom, and left the room. Went somewhere downstairs, I think, I don't know. And then I pulled the Kleenex out of the trash bin, and I inspected it pretty closely, and realized that it was nail polish. It was nail varnish or polish.
That's a pretty bad way to fake it, because it's so obvious.
Damn. Now I wonder if did that ever get tested or did he taste it or something? Like, how do you figure that out?
But nail polish is has a distinct smell.
Does it?
Yeah, it smells like nail polish.
Oh,
And
I don't know.
if it's like fresh, then it's like that has a very, very distinct smell to it. There's no missing it. And as it gets dry, it it gets like really crusty. I mean, blood does the similar when it's dried on paper, but not like nail polish. I don't
Yeah,
think.
because blood will
feel-
turn brown and then shrivel if it's in a tissue.
Yeah.
A tissue. Does nail polish do that?
Nail polish could get darker as it air dries, but not
Okay.
usually.
Yeah, I don't know a
Especially
single thing
not
about
if it's
nail
like a
polish,
vibrant
guys.
red.
The entire chat's going after me. I'm not a girl, guys. I've never worn nail polish once in my life. Actually,
You've
that's not
never
true.
seen Naomi wear it?
She doesn't wear it that often either. That's not true though. Actually, I did a couple of cross-dressing roles in drama in high school, so I think I might have worn nail polish for one of those. I don't remember. Either way, it's been like 20 fucking years since high school, guys. It's been a long time.
Too late for femboy dev arc.
Too late. Too late. I mean, it wasn't much of a femboy. I still had a beard.
Ah. I mean, bearded femboys could be a thing, I guess.
Okay, so what's
According to SJWs.
next?
Like,
yeah, Tidge.
who could...
Tidge is actually a trap. You would know for real. Yeah, I know that you know about fuck all this stuff. And Discordia is a femoid. Paleo Angloism for £5. It has a very strong smell. My mother used to put clear nail polish on my nails to get me to stop sucking my thumb.
So yeah, I mean, it's pretty poor of her to just do that.
Yeah.
Then.
Like, man, you know what you could do? You could scratch the inside of your nose a bit and cause a nosebleed. Just do like.
That's true.
This is a dumb way to do this, you know. All right, let's continue. What do I have next? All right. Oh yeah, I don't have the video for this, but she brought up the fecal matter on the bed. She tried to blame it on the dogs. They're teacup Yorkies. They weigh 4 pounds each. That did not come from the dog.
Saga.
Yeah. Hashtag Amber Turd. So apparently she shat on the bed. Oh god, I'm gonna click the Amber Turd hashtag. What's gonna come up?
Nothing for work.
Oh god, Steven Crowder's the first fucking thing. Amber Turd. So yeah, she apparently shit in his bed. Hold on. Johnny is literally shitting on Amber Heard's lawyer and I cannot stop laughing. Oh, okay. I guess I'll save this for later though. Okay. So like this just seems kind of goofy, you know? She shit the bed, and that's part of the whole situation. Like Jesus.
Why not? It's funny.
Amber and Johnny's dog arguing who shit the bed. Oof. Oh god. Guys, if a girl ever shits your bed, kick her right out immediately.
Yeah.
Okay,
She belongs in the streets.
She belongs in the streets. In the shitting streets in India.
Yes. The designated shitting streets.
Okay. So, usually I would respect people's opinion when they're different than mine, but in this case, it's so crystal clear. You don't need to be a fan of Johnny Depp to stand up against domestic violence. Okay, so this person made a TikTok watching the trial on TV. Watch as how she's fuming, glaring at him, almost crying, and at the end throwing the pen as her mask falls apart. Okay.
Jeez.
Let's see, guys. Oops. Let's see.
That for the rest of my life, because of the allegations, and because it was such a high-profile case, so I lost to them. No matter the outcome of this trial, I'll carry that for the rest of my days. And it never had to be that way. It never had to happen. And I don't quite understand why it did in the way that it did.
I have no further questions, Your Honor. All right.
Yep, there's the pen toss.
Uh-huh.
She's pissed. Yep.
Her lawyer's like looking for the pen, looks like.
Yeah. Like she knows that was a good. Yep, she just chucks it. She's angry. That was a good way for him to word it, and she knows that. She knows the impact that had.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Jesus. Okay. What's next? That's right. A forensic psychologist hired by Johnny Depp has testified that Amber Heard does not have PTSD, and has in fact she's grossly exaggerated her symptoms after examining her. Okay. So let's check this out.
As a result of applying those protocols, what did you conclude?
Ms. Heard did not have PTSD, and there were also pretty significant indications that she was grossly exaggerating symptoms of PTSD when asked about them.
How did you make that latter conclusion?
So one of the strengths of this test, as I mentioned, the important thing about any test used when you're doing an evaluation in forensics is to make sure that the person is responding accurately. And this test does that by not just asking people whether they have a symptom, but asking follow-up questions that draw out very detailed accounts of every single symptom of PTSD. And when you're really familiar with this disorder, which you need to be to administer this test, there are nuances in the way a person will describe their symptoms that have been shown repeatedly to indicate exaggeration or faking. There are also indications when somebody is clearly giving you a genuine response.
Jesus. Man, imagine
Get destroyed.
Yeah, a whole bunch of your testimony is based on having PTSD after the abuse that Johnny Depp apparently levied at you. And then the psychologist shows up and is like, "No, she's faking it."
Yeah.
Holy fuck. That's wild, man. That's wild. Okay, so what was this that I opened again? All right. Okay, no, we're going to watch that in a bit. I'll actually move it up to the end. Okay, so. And I couldn't find the video clip of this, unfortunately. So if someone in the chat has the clip, like drop it in my DMs on Discord, or drop it in the chat or something if you find it, and we'll watch it. But it turned out, yeah, it was revealed during the trial by the same by the psychiatrist that Amber Heard was diagnosed with histrionic personality disorder, which is an extreme form of narcissism. This was her reaction to hearing the doctor's testimony. So, looking at her nails, as if it's just not important that it came out that she has an extreme form of narcissism.
Look at that face.
Yep.
It's like, oh, is there a speck in there?
Yeah. Okay.
She is so unlikable.
So I'm gonna quickly. I knew that this was gonna be related. I knew this was gonna be related, and I have it ready. Okay. So we're gonna watch. I know it's Jordan Peterson, but we're gonna watch a short Jordan Peterson clip on this topic. Okay. I think this is the proper clip. So here it is, and let's check it out. This is from years and years and years ago. This is from his back when he was still lecturing at the University of Toronto. He was still doing psych lectures, and he talks about narcissism. Okay, so just check this out.
You've got these two evil creatures here, the fox and the cat.
Cats are evil.
I think this one's based on one of the Marx brothers, actually, Harpo Marx, who I believe never said anything. But
how dare you?
Be that as it may, there are these ne'er-do-well characters. The fox in particular. Now, fox is a standard trickster animal, right? It's a classic animal, maybe because it's good at hiding and it's good at hunting. I don't know exactly why, but and coyotes are like that too. They're classic trickster animals. He's kind of like Wile E. Coyote, in fact. You know, the Warner Brothers character who's genius at large, and of course whose arrogance continually gets him walloped. And this character has a lot of features like that, but he feigns being an English gentleman of like the 1890s and pretends to be educated, and he has a kind of high-blown way of talking, and he's a fraud through and through. And he's got this, you know, sidekick who is barely there at all, and he doesn't treat him that well, but he's got someone to lord it over, so that keeps his dominance hierarchy thing going well. And the fact that he's like a second-rate companion, well, he never really notices that, although he'll treat him contemptuously whenever he gets a chance. So anyways, they're walking down the street, and the fox is bragging away about some crooked thing that he's done and how he pulled the wool over someone's eyes, and he confuses that with wisdom and intelligence. And one of the things that you see, this is worth knowing
This
too, because
might not be
if
the
you're
right
preyed
clip.
upon by a psychopath,
Maybe. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is.
which you will be to some degree at some point in your life.
Here we go.
The psychopath, who will be narcissistic, will presume that you're stupid and that you deserve to be taken advantage of because you're naive and stupid. So it's actually a good thing that he's doing it. And his proof for, and I'm saying he because there are more male psychopaths, the proof that you're stupid, naive, is that he can take advantage of you. And so, like, if you were wiser, you'd be, you know, you'd know his tricks, and then it wouldn't be morally necessary for him to show you just exactly who knows what about what. And so the psychopath will use his ability to fool you as proof of his own grandiose omnipotence, omniscience, and narcissism. And the problem with that is that you can be fooled by a psychopath, and virtually anybody can. So that Robert Hare, for example, who studied psychopaths for a long time and interviewed a lot of them, like hundreds of them, and videotaped many of the interviews, he said when he was talking to the psychopath, he always believed what they were saying. And then he'd watch the video afterwards and see where the conversation went off the rails. But, you know, the proclivity to be polite in a conversation is very strong. And if you're polite, you don't object to the way that the person unfolds their strategy, you know. And psychopaths are pretty good at figuring out how to manipulate, obviously, how to manipulate people. And
Yeah.
the probability that you will be immune to that is extraordinarily low. Go watch Paul Bernardo being interviewed
I think
by
we've all
policemen
experienced this with somebody.
on YouTube. That's bloody, that's enlightening, man.
Okay,
Paul
here's
Bernardo,
the
he's
part,
like
here's
the
the part, I think.
CEO of a meeting in that video, you know. He gives the cops hell, he gives the lawyers hell, he protests his innocence. He basically tells them that they're rude and untrustworthy because they don't trust him because he did a few little things 17 years ago. And he gets away with it, a few little things, right? I mean, he killed a bunch of people, including the sister of his girlfriend at the time. And,
Jesus.
You know, he was a repeat sexual offender and murderer. It's like, but he basically goes, well, you know, that's a long time ago. It's like, we're past that, aren't we? I mean, I'm having a discussion with you. I'm trying to help you solve some crimes, which, by the way, I committed, but we won't bring that up. You know, and you're accusing me of being a liar. Like, you're not playing fair. What's up with you? And then when they answer, he looks at his fingernails, which is like, that's a lovely little manipulative
He looks at his
thing, 'cause
fingernails.
It basically means whatever happens to be under my fingernail at the moment is much higher priority than listening to your foolish story. And you watch, you'll see people do that to you. And then you get a little insight into what they're up to. He's very good at that.
Right.
So, or he looks outside, or he just looks at his
Just
hands,
like
or he looks out
Amber.
the window, immediately dismissive in his nonverbal behavior. It's brilliant. That the courts were forced to release that, by the way. But look it up, Paul Bernardo on YouTube. Wow, it's
Okay.
It's
Yes,
just
that is the clip that I remember. Yeah. So I took Intro to Psychology at university, and I took Abnormal Psychology, which is a second-year course. I should have continued and got like a minor in psychology instead of the absolutely useless minor in gender studies that I did get. But
You are the meme, Dev.
I'm the meme.
He literally took gender studies.
Yes. But here's the thing about Jordan Peterson. His non-psych takes are hit and miss. His psych takes are absolutely in line with every other person in psych, every other psych professor that I've met. He knows his stuff when it comes to psychology. And it's undeniable that in terms of his field, he is one of the best in the world. In terms of, you know, giving weird political takes sometimes, maybe being a little bit off about history, maybe being a little bit off, you know, about religion, like, oh, okay, fine. You know, he's a pop, he's like a pop philosopher at this point. So he's like dabbling in a bunch of areas, and sometimes he gets it wrong. But when it comes to psychology, everything he says is pretty much like 100% correct. And so when I saw, to go back, when I saw this, I was like, I've heard that before. I've heard Jordan Peterson say it, and I've heard it in my own classes, that a person who is a narcissistic psychopath, they will have body language like this when finally they've been discovered, because they want to show themselves to be so above it, so more important, so like, how dare you? Like, I'm not giving this any drop of legitimacy for me, that they'll do stuff like this.
Yeah.
And actually, I think Discordia has linked me the actual... Is this it? Thanks, Discordia. Yes, it is. Okay. Okay. So here's the results of her evaluation. Let's check it out. Here we go, guys. And now that you've watched what Jordan Peterson said, watch her body language as this is announced, okay? Let's see.
The results of Ms. Heard's evaluation supported 2 diagnoses: borderline personality disorder and histrionic personality disorder. Some of the primary characteristics, and I'm going to try to condense 25 pages here, were essentially externalization of blame, tending to have a lot of inner hostility that is attempted to be controlled, a tendency to be very self-righteous, but to also deny that self-righteousness and to judge others critically against these sort of high standards for moral value, but also to deny doing that.
She is not happy.
To claim that
She's not happy to be called out
very
at all.
non-judgmental and accepting, and yet very full of rage, really. And these aren't facts, but her scores essentially correlated, so they were consistent with other people who obtained these scores, who have been shown through many, many, many studies to have these very specific traits. So externalization of blame, a lot of inner
4K,
anger
guys.
and hostility. Sometimes that anger among these groups with similar scores, these people might have that anger kind of explode out at times. They tend to be very passive aggressive. They may be self-indulgent, very self-centered. They could use manipulation tactics to try to get their needs met, very needy.
Oh, she was pissed about
attention,
that.
Acceptance,
The way she looked up.
approval. They tend to distance people who are close to them. Initially, they may seem very charming. They're very socially sophisticated, actually. That was a major component on there. They have a capacity to kind of offer some of their faults, but in a way, but only the ones that people think of lightly and can all relate to. And so they can present as very fair and balanced, but in actuality, they really might be very judgmental of others and unaware of problems in their behavior and their thinking.
Jesus. Oh. You can tell she's just kind of holding it in there. Like, she did not like hearing that. She did not like having that brought up in court.
She's fuming inside.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Okay, so what's next?
All those looking up. So it's just like, are you serious? It's just like it's almost like she's looking at the audience. It's like for validation, but she's not getting any.
Yeah.
It is really rather satisfying watching her getting called out like that.
Okay, so what's next? So, I don't quite know the story here. I couldn't find anything in time, but apparently her lawyer is also kind of a clown, and so there's a joke about her lawyer as well.
Mm-hmm.
Generic for $5. Thank you. Amber has also been trying to copy and match Johnny's outfits, and allegedly it's believed to be linked to her personality disorders. I haven't heard that, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, let's see. This is apparently him dealing with like her ridiculous lawyer. Let's see some of these questions that have recently come out.
Correct.
Had the music.
So, the Boston flight.
I missed the Wii U.
You were drinking
sorry, the
pretty
Wii. I missed the Wii.
Were you there? Ended up with a very ugly situation with Amber. So
Mr. Depp, with respect, trying to respect the court's time and the jury's time, that was not my question. My question was simply,
when
you
you
would
take 5
agree,
minutes to look for a
you would agree,
document.
you would agree that on.
Respectful of the court's time.
Let's pull up Exhibit 500.
500?
500. Defense Exhibit 500.
Yes, I'd like to see who I lied to.
Sometimes drink whiskey in the mornings too, right?
Isn't happy hour anytime?
Yes.
You can't say that you carried cocaine in
Happy
that
hours
box.
all days.
No, but it looks like it would fit some cocaine. I once gave Marilyn Manson a pill so that he would stop talking so much.
Did I read that right?
You did.
Did I read that correctly?
You did.
Okay. Did I read that right?
Yes, you did.
Did I read that right?
You continue to read them right, yes.
And right after you cut your finger off, right after, I won't give you anything to argue with me yet. Right after you sustained an injury to your finger.
Okay.
Right after you sustained an injury to your finger.
Bless
you poured yourself a
This is pretty funny.
a mega pint of red wine, correct?
A mega pint.
Mega pint.
Yeah. We're gonna fast forward in time a little bit, Mr. Depp.
Yes, I can feel it.
I have other
He's
uses
just
for your
trolling.
throat which do not include injury. I have other uses for your throat which do not include injury.
Sorry, could you read that again?
One more time, please.
Oh God, that was funny. Now
There's one I linked to. I don't know if you saw.
I see. Where is it?
It was posted by Keemstar.
Oh, I didn't see it. No, I didn't see it. Here, post it again if you don't mind. Actually, there's something that I think we should. So, the whole finger thing.
Oh, it's similar. It's just scroll up. I think.
If you, actually, could you post it again real quick? I'm going to talk to the super
Yeah.
chat here.
Yeah.
Ike of Pike for $2. Somewhere in the world, it's happy hour. Salute. Okay, before we do the Keemstar thing, I do want to go back a bit because we missed one thing that's important that was brought up. Have you seen the photo of Johnny Depp's finger? One of the things that she had done to him?
Oh.
Might be
Yes,
in-
I have actually. It's just rather graphic.
So he was hit. He was hit here. There's some injury there. So there's the finger. It's censored.
Ooh.
It's censored. I've seen this. I've seen it uncensored. Okay.
Me too.
And what it looks like. Have you ever like grabbed a chicken wing or a drumstick, and you grabbed it, and it was so cooked that like the bone came off, but the meat just slid off the bone, and you're just holding a bone, and then you could like see inside the meat where the bone is. That's what this looked like. It was a giant fucking hole going in under his nail, inside his finger, and it looks like the bone is missing from inside. Like it's hollow, his finger. And it's like, oh my God, it looks it looks fucking terrible. I'm not going to show you the uncensored. I've seen the uncensored. It's fucked up. It's pretty fucked up. And after he got his finger repaired, you can see it here. It's like highly swollen up because he got it like I think he got something put in there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is during like just some kind of press release or some event he was at, and people could notice the finger being extremely swollen. And what's interesting is that also there's like these are the facial injuries that he suffered. Discordia also linked this real quick that we'll check out. So I know it won't happen. Part of me wants Johnny Depp's team to ask Elon Musk about the injuries on his face while he was dating Amber Heard. So Elon Musk apparently went around with injuries on his face, looking actually quite similar. Underneath the eye, on the temple. And it's like, man, there's no, I don't think there's any news on this, but I wonder if Elon Musk also got beat by her and that's why that relationship ended,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny how too bad like both Elon Musk and Amber Heard dated this. Both Elon Musk and Johnny Depp dated this Amber Heard.
Yeah.
And this is like none of them had a good experience.
Yeah. So I'll pull up the Keemstar thing that you sent. Okay, here it is. Oh yeah, Johnny Depp can't stop laughing.
You were there on March 8th.
Sweet. Johnny Depp can't stop laughing at Amber Heard's lawyer. Is this like the same? It might be the same clip. Let's just see real quick.
You didn't know
No,
what
it's
could
a little
cause
bit
damage to
different.
Mr. Depp's hand while you were there on March 8th, correct?
Dr. Kipper told me he sustained an injury on one of his
Well,
fingers.
objection, hearsay.
But you asked the question.
Wait, he objected. Look at, he's laughing. He objected to his own question.
You didn't know what could cause damage to Mr. Depp's hand while you were there on March 8th, correct?
Dr. Kipper told me he sustained an injury on.
Oh my God.
Objection, hearsay.
But you asked the question.
You object himself.
Oh my God. That's amazing. Holy fuck. Dr. Diddler for $5.
Hearsay.
Dr. Diddler for $5. Okay, Verge. Remember, have you considered Amber as
Seriously.
a woman and therefore is both automatically correct and incapable of domestic violence? Oh shit.
Yes, believe all women.
Believe all women. Hashtag
We
me
gotta
too.
believe all women.
Wear the pussy hats, everyone, or else you're a bigot. Wow. Okay. That was actually pretty good. So, let's see. Where were we again? Okay, that's the psychologists. That's the funnies. Right. So notice this. When the cameras are on, she looks like this. When the cameras are off, she looks like this. It's
Yep.
yeah, there's some weirdness about this sometimes, you know? Like I'm reminded of the Rittenhouse trial because yeah, there were moments in that trial where Rittenhouse was crying when he was like reliving having to shoot these people. He didn't like having to do it. He feels traumatized. But it didn't seem like he was playing it up because even though he wasn't just like a mess the whole time and constantly breaking down and constantly crying 24/7, he wasn't like smiling maniacally when the camera was off him. He was somber. He was serious. He wasn't always breaking down. He wasn't always sad, but he was definitely like not smiling. He was taking what was happening seriously. This is not the same situation, I don't think.
No, it isn't.
This is another clip. Let's see if we've seen this one yet. More clips of Johnny and the lawyer.
Was only in an accordion door, and it was only the second doctor who actually told me what he was.
Your Honor, hearsay.
I haven't finished my sentence. How do you know?
So it seems like that lawyer is just quite shitty. It's just it's a fucking garbage. It's a garbage pile human. He is a I almost feel you know what? I don't feel bad for Amber Heard, but like she should have got a better lawyer.
She should have.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, guys, okay. You know, forget about believe all women. Believe all men. Make that a hashtag. No matter what, always believe the man. Giga Chad.
Believe the penis. Believe the cock.
Jesus. Lilith, are you going Coomer on me now?
Wait. No, I'm not. I just like to think about things I like.
Yeah. Oh God, the judge's, the lawyer's name is literally Rottenborn. What the fuck?
Rottenborn.
Rottenborn. My God. Okay, so finally,
That sounds like a fucking Dr. Seuss villain.
a Dr. Seuss villain. So this is something I think you actually contributed to the stream. Amber Heard. The history of Amber Heard as a person, okay? Let's see. So, this person is like, Amber Heard is racist. You know, I don't care too much about racism personally. It is a data point in the story, so we'll talk about it. But like, if someone was racist, like just casually racist, but then didn't actually do anything bad with it, it's like, who cares, right? But we're talking about everything. Let's talk about everything.
I think it's important here because Amber Heard's presented as like, oh, she's such a good person.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. O.S. Gibson for $2.
And Dev, shame on you. You should care about racism.
Are you sure?
Yes, racism is very bad.
Really?
Yeah.
But
Why?
all the black girls like to be called the N-word in bed.
But that's different. That's consensual racism.
Consensual racism.
It's consensual racism, and if they like it, then it's sexy.
O.S. Gibson for $2. Heard should have called Saul. Thanks for the donation.
Yes.
Man. Okay, so Amber's been racist. Let's rewind to 2018. Remind everyone about this insensitive tweet, which she quickly deleted. Just heard that there's an ICE checkpoint in Hollywood a few blocks where I live. Everyone better give their housekeepers, nannies, and landscapers a ride home tonight. Okay, that's kind of a funny joke. It's insensitive, it's racist, but I don't mind insensitive racist humor. So I can actually look at this tweet and laugh a little bit. All right, so okay. According to Amber,
But that's assuming it's a joke. What if she's being serious?
I mean, maybe, but like this is extremely inflammatory. Like this seems like it would be a joke, the way that it's written. This seems like, you know what? This is a joke that I could make if I were in an edgy mood.
It's a joke you can make, but I feel like an out of touch Hollywood celebrity could tweet that in earnest.
That's true. It's possible too, as well. That's right. Okay.
Maybe I'm just reading it differently.
Maybe. According to Amber, stereotypes are fun. Here we have an email she sent mocking a disabled black man. Jesus. Colt 45 was a beer popularized by their advertisements with actors Red Fox and Billy D. Williams. The second image is a court document proving that Arrow Arc email is Amber. Okay, so this just takes a picture of a disabled guy with a beer that black people commonly drink, and he's black, and she says stereotypes are fun. And this is just proving that it's her email. Okay. I mean, but like this is a private email, right? If she's just like making an edgy joke with a friend, I mean, it's shitty to take a picture of this guy because he doesn't know what's going on. But like, okay, I understand the point. Like, it would be, in my opinion, 100% fine if the guy in the picture was in on it.
If he was in on it, then fine. But I don't think like that was consensual.
Oh Jesus! 12R says it wasn't a joke. Okay, well never mind then. Fair enough. Okay, all right. Thanks.
Yeah,
12R.
so I was right.
Okay, here we have Amber saying the N-word. This is a text between her and a cop. Okay. Jesus. Can you please grab us some coffees from downstairs? Pretty please. We're having a bit of an issue with our coffee. Sure, all blacks coming. You racist. Also, while you're down there, do you mind please picking up a package I have at the front desk? I meant black coffee, of course. I don't condone any form of racism or prejudice. Nigga, please. Okay, that's just funny. I'm gonna stand by this one as just being funny. Okay. Paleo Anglism for $2.
Yeah.
Race play proves that intent matters. Checkmate, BLM. Okay, thanks, man. Amber rescued a puppy and called it Hadia, an Arabic name. Then after taking it back to her hotel, the puppy started to chew on a scarf, and she laughed, calling the dog a little terrorist. Side note, no one has seen this dog since. Okay.
That's a bit ominous. I hope nothing bad happened to the dog.
You little terrorist.
Okay. All right. I mean, see, a lot of this stuff so far could be explained away by edgy joke-itis, okay?
Yes.
Let's keep going here. When the Black Lives Matter protests were at their peak, Amber posted a tone-deaf photo of her with a cop, despite the fact that it's the cops' treatment of black lives the world is protesting. Speculation has been drawn that this isn't even a real cop, but it's her friend. So, yep. Amber Heard is hanging out with a cop, standing in solidarity with those intent on changing a terribly flawed and broken system, and for those who are demanding justice in support of countless black and brown lives lost to it. But this is a very pro-BLM statement here. There's the cop.
Yes.
The cop might just be her friend.
I think they might be having an issue with her saying she's standing in line for justice while standing next to a cop, I think.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what's next. Amber Heard.
If she were standing next to a BLM activist, that I think
it'd
that'd
be
be a different story with them.
In 2016, Amber Heard knowingly smuggled her dogs into Australia illegally. This gained media attention at the time as she was married to Johnny Depp, though everyone except Amber claims he didn't know the situation as he was already in Australia filming. She later joked about it. So yeah, for those of you who don't know Australia, because it has some very unique wildlife, having been isolated from the rest of the planet for millions of years, basically, as the tectonic plates moved around. They have a very unique ecosystem that the Australian government takes very seriously. So you can't bring in foreign animals to Australia. That's why actually there's like a famous Simpson episode where Bart accidentally brings frogs into Australia and it like destroys Australia.
Completely destroys the ecosystem.
Yeah. So basically, she accidentally brought dogs in. She claims it was an accident. She laughed about it. I mean, that could be either way, right? Like, who knows? Who knows? It could have been an accident. It could be like a funny little thing. Oh, it's just a dog, haha. But like who knows? Who actually knows, right? Okay. While in court in London, it was revealed by Kevin Murphy and Kate James that she knew she wasn't allowed to bring the dogs with her and did it anyway. Okay. And then apparently Kevin admitted to perjury in the London court. Let's see. On October 11th and 12th, 2015, Amber asked me to call a witness, her former assistant, Kate James. I expressed I was extremely uncomfortable, but was met with a threatening statement from Amber. Well, I want your help on this. I wouldn't want you to have a problem with your job. And then Kate told her she couldn't take the dogs to Australia. Kevin, in turn, also then emailed Amber to explain that it would be a problem if they traveled before the correct departure date. It would be illegal. Amber chose to ignore both of us. She deliberately smuggled the dogs into Australia. As in several circumstances, which I observed, it was as if she felt that she was above the law. Amber contemplated asking Kevin to ask me to sign a false statement to support her position. Okay. Jesus. Amber asked me if I knew a vet that she could grease. Oh my God. Okay. So.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. It's so it does sound like she was just assuming that this is an accurate testimony. It sounds like she was just saying, "Fuck the rules. I have money." Okay.
Yep.
Amber Heard was arrested in 2009.
We have to deploy the guards with walkie-talkies. No, not walkie-talkies. Finger guns.
Right. Yes. Amber Heard was arrested in 2009 on a charge of hitting her then girlfriend. Okay. So there's one instance of verified abuse already. She then tried to say that the cop that arrested her was homophobic and and hated lesbians. Only issue with that was that the cop who arrested her was also a lesbian. Oops. Amber was given 2 years probation. Okay. So if I were to be like the absolute best faith to Amber Heard's position, I would say that there is definitely a divide in the lesbian community sometimes a divide between butch and femme lesbians. And I have heard of cases where butch women will in fact harass two femme women in a relationship. So like maybe, but this is like we're talking like a long shot here, you know? We're talking a fucking long shot.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. When she met Johnny Depp, Amber and her lawyers had her criminal record erased of domestic abuse. This was in 2011. Amber Heard asked police to erase history of domestic abuse when she first met Johnny Depp. Okay, so this is something that I guess she's had on her radar for a while. Let's see.
Gotta make sure the past can't complicate things.
Yep. She's been getting away with things practically her entire life, because if you look her up, because all this stuff is publicly available, she had a charge from 2003, which is driving while license suspended, that she had dismissed and taken off of her record. So she just seems to be using star power to get away with things, which it happens in Hollywood.
As stars will tend to do, I guess.
Yep. During that testimony of Kate James, her assistant, testified that Amber emotionally, mentally, and verbally abused her and used her 4-year-old son as a prop, so she seemed more maternal to Johnny in the media. Kate would later state in court that while working for her, she told Amber about a horrible event in her life where she had been raped. Amber then stole Kate's experience to use for her own advantage. So, I think with these... Yeah, so this is where... This is from the UK... the UK trial of defamation, because it's still Justice Nicol involved.
Mm-hmm.
And this former assistant was there trying to help Johnny Depp. And one of the things that came up basically was that she referred directly to a violent rape that occurred to me 26 years ago, and she twisted it into her own story, and then she used it for her own use. So basically, this event happened to Kate, the assistant, and then Amber Heard later claimed publicly that it actually happened to her. Yeah, it actually happened to her.
Wow. That's a shitty thing to do.
Yep. Generic for $2. Lesbian relationships have a higher rate of domestic violence. That's true. Lesbian relationships have, I think, the highest rate of domestic violence among all various like family and relationship connections. Which it's kind of crazy.
Lesbian statistics.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
They're apparently homophobic.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's watch this video of Kate, James, and Amber in the court. Let's check this out, okay? Here we go.
All right.
She felt that gave her the right to spit in my face. And there was a witness in the apartment at that time, by the way.
Who was at the apartment at the time?
The handyman, Hector Galindo.
I'm sorry?
The handyman, Hector Galindo. He was so mortified. He was so embarrassed.
And here she is hearing it.
Speaking to me like that.
Miss James,
Little smirk.
Did you ever observe her drinking alcohol?
She felt that gave her the...
So as she was saying what was happening to her, Amber was smirking in the courtroom because she was, I guess, broadcasting from Australia or something. Ooh, okay.
It's not good at all.
And then the thread goes on to cover the abuse of Johnny Depp, which we've already covered in depth in this stream. Let's see. While in court earlier this month, Amber's lawyer said that during the entirety of her relationship with Depp, she carried this specific Milani concealer palette around to cover her bruising. But the company, Milani, exposed that the product wasn't released until 2017, and they divorced in 2016.
I saw that. Even the company itself was like, no, fuck you. Don't besmirch our good product's name with their bullshit.
Oh, fuck. Physically abusive, verbally abusive, insulting Johnny. You will die a lonely man. No one's going to hire you. You're washed up. You're fat. Your career is over. To be fair, he did lose his job on Fantastic Beasts, so fair enough.
Yep.
So, yeah. There's just a lot of there's more texts. There's shit tons of evidence here. Shit tons of evidence. All this is coming up. There, I'm just scrolling past that. That was the fucking finger. Okay, I'm not going to look at that. In any case, we've gone over a lot of this evidence already in the over the course of this stream. So, the trial isn't over yet. The trial's still ongoing as of today. But it does seem to be the case that things are not looking good for old Johnny Depp. Sorry, for old Amber Heard. Even though Johnny Depp's been like taken a lot of lickings over the years over this story, but it seems to finally be coming around in his favor because all this things are finally coming out in court. It seems like she's going to basically get fucked finally after 6 years of weaponizing everything against this man. I think finally we're going to see justice served.
I really hope so too.
Yeah, yeah.
Look how she, like, gosh, like, especially looking at the just all the things he went through. It's just like, but we gotta believe all women, you know?
Believe all women. So, Johnny Depp, in the end, over the course of the trial, I have a list here. He produced 87 surveillance videos, 48 witnesses, photos of his injuries, 14 depositions and sworn declarations. And Amber Heard doesn't have much evidence in her corner. And yet, because it's Johnny Depp, he's a guy, and because she's a good-looking woman who's in Hollywood, he has such a deck stacked against him, okay? If this situation is like this, imagine you're a regular guy who doesn't have Johnny Depp's star power, and you're dating an attractive woman, and she makes a claim against you. Like, you're fucked. Your life's over. It's ruined. Like, it seems almost like it seems so imbalanced sometimes. Like, what could happen to a person?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, at one point you could just be doing fine, and then the other, all it takes is for somebody to, well, accuse you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a horrible precedent.
Yeah. I know people. I never found a clip or a sound bite of this, but at one point, this is a very common clip or a very common quote that's tossed around. But I couldn't find the original, but I found the text. It was during a phone call, I think, and Amber Heard had said to Johnny Depp, "Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them, Johnny Depp. I, Johnny Depp, a man. I'm a victim of domestic violence, and see how many people believe or side with you." Now that quote
Do we have that? Do we have that?
If someone can find it, I looked for it, I couldn't find it. If someone can find that, apparently it's been floating around, but lots of people say that she said that at one point. And to me, that just...
I know she definitely said that.
Have you heard it yourself? Like, did you hear it over the years?
I'm pretty sure there was like a voice recording.
Yeah, I haven't. I couldn't find the clip of it, but I know it's out there. But yeah, that just shows what kind of mindset she's in, what she's doing, she knows what she's doing. She knows what she's appealing to when she's making all of these false allegations. She knows that society is a priori on her side on this. It's from the very end of Depp's testimony. Okay, well, I mean, if you guys have a clip, I'll play it. But if you all know that it exists, I mean, we already know, right? Dr. Diller for $2. She'll still likely win on technicality. I don't know about that, man. I don't think she will. I think she got a slap on the wrist, though. The real Holtzinator. Hey, Dev, check your PayPal. Okay, I'll check it after. Thank you, dude. Thank you for the $5. Also, remember that people thought that Rittenhouse was screwed, but he managed to avoid it. Hopefully, Johnny gets justice too. Yeah, agreed. Hopefully, he does. Okay.
Yeah. Although this one's just like a defamation trial, though. The most he could get out of would be like money from Amber Heard.
Yeah.
It looks like.
Like if the sexes in this were reversed, if the sexes on this were reversed, and all the things that Amber did to Johnny actually did to Amber, Johnny would be in jail. He'd just be in jail. There wouldn't be a fucking big trial. Wouldn't be a big deal. It'd be like he'd just go to jail. That's all it would be.
Yeah.
Actually, no, because if he was still Johnny Depp, he might have enough star power to keep him out of jail. He'd be out of Hollywood, though. He'd be drummed out of fucking Hollywood. But he'd be able to stave off jail for a little bit, I think. You know, because like Jussie Smollett is staving off jail fucking somehow, and he actually did the thing, just straight up.
Yeah.
Like if this were like two regular people, and everything that Amber did, a guy did to a girl, the guy would be in jail.
Absolutely. It's just like throwing bottles and cutting open hands.
Yep. Oh, Discordia sent the video again. Thank you, Discordia. Discordia is doing all the work for us. Thank you. I appreciate it. Diddler, thank you for another $2. ACLU domestic violence representative. Okay, let's bring up Discordia's video. So we can actually watch it and hear it for ourselves. Okay. Oh, so this is from Redica's show, because he's been... Okay, Redica being like a legal show, he just, whenever there's like a high-profile trial, he streams all the trials, and he just constantly live streams it. So let's pull this up again here. Okay. And I will need to stream to you again, Lilith, real quick. No, that's not it. Is it? Yeah, it's this one. Okay. You should be able to see and hear this. Here we go.
I did not choose it. Every step of the way has been an offense.
I did not put this anywhere. I didn't. Let me talk to the fucking team.
I did not call the cops. I think that most people...
IO called the cops. You told IO to call the cops.
I did not call the cops, and I did not give them any statement when they came. I've been trying to protect you.
You told IO to call the cops.
While it was happening?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, because the last time that it got crazy,
Like, they're supposed to be.
I did think I was going to lose my life, and I thought you would do it on accident. And I told you that.
Is it coming up?
I said, oh my God.
No, nothing.
Amber, I lost a fucking finger, man. Come on.
I lost my finger. Jesus.
I had a fucking mineral can of mineral spirits thrown at my
I don't know why
nose.
it's showing in the video, but it's not showing in
Yeah.
It was a fair fight, and see what the jury and judge think. Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, man, I'm...
You can read the subtitle in the video.
And I know it's a fair fight. And see how many people believe or side with you.
Yeah, there it is.
Wow.
It doesn't matter if it's for fair fight. My ass.
See how many people side with you. She just said it. Yeah.
Let it play.
Mr. Depp, when did you have the conversation reflected in this?
Fucking hell. Yeah, that's quite the damning admission, I must say. Jesus Christ. All right. So there you go. She just outright said it. Yeah. That's pretty disgusting. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty disgusting. Where did you learn to pronounce his name? Asks Holtzinator for $5. Thank you. He says it at the start of every video. Raketa. I thought it was Redica. Okay, well, thank you. All right. Okay.
Rakita?
Yeah. It's apparently Raketa. Yeah.
Rakita. Rakita law.
Yeah. That's wild, dude. Fuck. Oh, okay. So, that seems to be everything. I'm okay at this point with saying that Amber Heard seems to be a pretty disgusting person. I hope Johnny Depp gets some form of justice. It probably won't happen, but you can always hope. You can always hope, you know?
Yeah. It looks like he might, but you never know in the end.
Yeah.
We probably won't expect her in jail anytime soon, but hey, well.
I mean, you never know, right? Like, Jussie Smollett spent 3 days in jail, and he's probably going to go back after his appeals are done. Blade got sent to jail for a couple years.
Who's that?
Blade? Yeah, the guy who played Blade, Wesley Snipes.
Oh, Wesley Snipes.
He was in jail for 2 years. Yeah, for tax evasion.
Yeah, for tax evasion, right? Yeah.
Real Holtzinator for $2. Lilith said it right. Apparently, you said the thing right. Okay, yeah, and the jury heard it too. Yeah, like, I think this trial, like, here, confirm this for me, guys. This trial is about Johnny Depp's on the stand right now, not Amber Heard, right? So, like, right now we're trying to see if Johnny Depp is guilty or innocent, not if Amber Heard is guilty or innocent.
No,
there has to be a second trial.
I think the trial is a defamation lawsuit
Defamation
against Amber Heard. Defamation, yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I thought it was actually like an attempt by her to prove domestic violence.
Oh no.
Oh, this is him suing her. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It's a civil trial, not a criminal. I know it's civil, not criminal. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Depp versus Heard. Yeah, it is Depp. He is the. Yep, Johnny Depp's the plaintiff. Amber Heard is the defendant. Okay. The trial is
Yep,
defamation.
it's okay.
Yeah, it's defamation.
It's very easy to get the stuff confused.
Right, right. Yeah, see, for some reason I was under the impression that this was a criminal trial, and it was Amber Heard going after Johnny Depp for abuse. But I guess I just had it all wrong. All right.
Oh no, it's a defamation trial because Johnny Depp alleges that Amber Heard ruined his life and career, which
it seems like she did.
She kind of did, yeah.
Yeah.
From false allegations.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, fair enough. All right. Well, I'm wondering why he, like either of them. I know why she didn't, because she would have lost. I'm wondering why he didn't go the criminal route, because, like, I'm wondering.
Probably because if he can't even win the defamation, there's not a lot of chances for criminal. I think that could be the yeah, he is suing and she is contesting that.
Someone in the chat said, hold on, let me find it. Let's be real. The only reason Wesley Snipes went to jail is that he went against the state by not paying his taxes. I know. Okay, Paleo-Angloism. He is like he is significantly more libertarian than you are, Lilith. He is straight up like, if you see the tax man, shoot him. The real Holtznayer for $5. Dev is better than CNN confirmed. He admits when he was wrong. Okay, fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we all do here. It's like we don't pretend to be experts. We don't pretend to be non-biased.
Yep.
We're just like people behind the mic, and we bring you what we can gather.
Yep. We bring you the news very late.
Very late. But fashionably late.
Fashionably late. So that was us talking about the Johnny Depp and the escape from Atlantis. I know that the story is not over yet, but I don't think there's any more big bombshells to come out. And
Actually, we're not late for this one at all.
That's true.
It's been an ongoing story for a while.
And I don't think there's any more stories to come out, any more like data points, unless something big happens the next couple of days. I think we're kind of coming to the end of the story. It's kind of winding down, and I'm gonna assume that Amber Heard is gonna lose this suit and then get a slap on the wrist, and that'll be the end of it. Dr. Nether for $5. He had an abusive mother and resented his father for leaving her. He said he wanted to make the relationship work for his kids' sake. Okay, fair enough. No, I understand. But you know what? We are coming out on the end of the stream because Lilith, you got to go in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You got to take off. So we're gonna call it here, guys. No, I'm not gone for the weekend. I'll be around. Lilith has to go right now. So thanks for being here. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thank you for all the super chats. I really appreciate you supporting the channel and supporting us for doing this. We're gonna keep trying to make this the weekly Wednesday show. So hopefully you'll see us here again next week.
And if the story develops, we might do part 2.
Yes, if it turns out that like by this time next week, Amber Heard has gone on like a shooting rampage and like killed 5 people, that'll be its own story. So, yeah.
I mean, you never know from the way
know.
the psychiatrists have been talking about her.
You never know. Also, in an hour and a half approximately, I'm going to be live on the gaming channel tonight. I've pinned both of our Twitch channels in the pinned comment in the chat. The one yours is in there, Lilith. You stream on the weekends. I'm going to be live tonight on the Game Boomers Twitch channel. I'm also live on the Game Boomers YouTube, but I mainly focus on Twitch for the gaming stuff.
Yes,
so
check out the Game Boomers.
Yes, please consider dropping in about an hour and a half. Dave, I think what's going on
check
is
me out at weekends.
yes. Go check Lilith out on the weekends. I think Dave and I we're gonna be playing the new Kirby game on Switch. So I think that's what we're doing tonight. So thanks everyone, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Yeah, see you guys. Have a great one. Bye bye.